The ocean, vast, silent, and endlessly mysterious. It has guarded its secrets for millions of years, a world of shadows and light, of giants and ghosts. And now a new wave of evidence has begun to surface. Clues that suggest something extraordinary may be stirring deep beneath the surface. Could it be that one of Earth's most fearsome predators, the mighty Megalodon, is not as extinct as we once believed? Welcome to News Nexus. Today, we dive headfirst into one of the most thrilling enigmas of the natural world. The possible comeback of the Megalodon, the ocean's ancient apex predator. So take a deep breath, because this journey will take us from the sunlit shallows to the darkest trenches of the deep blue. The Megalodon, or Otodus megalodon, wasn't just another shark. It was nature's masterpiece of power and precision, a creature as long as a city bus, weighing as much as a Boeing jet. Its jaws could crush bones, boats, and anything else that crossed its path. Its teeth, larger than a human hand, were designed for one purpose only: domination. For millions of years, it ruled the oceans as the ultimate hunter, feeding on early whales, giant seals, and other sharks. It was the very definition of apex predator. And then, it vanished. Roughly 3.5 million years ago, the Megalodon disappeared from our planet's waters. As the climate cooled and the ice ages began, its warm habitats collapsed. Whales migrated to colder waters where the Megalodon could not survive. And as its prey dwindled, so too did the giant itself. Or so we thought. But recently, something strange has been happening. Sonar operators have reported readings of massive, fast-moving shapes in the deep Pacific. Fishermen have described enormous shadows gliding beneath their vessels, silent and deliberate. Marine biologists have found whale carcasses bearing colossal bite marks, far larger than anything a great white shark could inflict. Each time, the scientific community urges caution. Coincidence, they say. Misidentification. Faulty data. But as the anomalies continue to pile up, the mystery becomes harder to dismiss. In 2000, Japanese researchers scanning near the Mariana Trench picked up a set of unusual sonar echoes, something enormous, swimming steadily at depths of nearly 3,000 meters. Too large to be a whale, too fast to be a submarine. And the movement pattern? Smooth, rhythmic, predatory. It wasn't proof, but it was enough to raise eyebrows across the scientific world. Let's step back and examine what we actually know. Sharks are made mostly of cartilage, not bone, and cartilage decays quickly, leaving behind little more than teeth and fragments of vertebrae. That's why almost everything we know about the Megalodon comes from its teeth. Massive, fossilized relics that tell us just how powerful this creature was. From those teeth, scientists estimate a bite force exceeding 40,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush a car in seconds. The Megalodon was perfectly built for warm, open seas, its entire body designed for speed, stealth, and destruction. But when the oceans cooled, that perfection became its weakness. The once thriving nurseries where it gave birth turned frigid. Its prey vanished into colder waters, and slowly, the Megalodon faded into extinction. Or did it? History has taught us that extinction doesn't always mean gone forever. In 1938, a South African fisherman hauled up a strange, ancient-looking fish, the coelacanth, a species thought to have vanished 65 million years ago. And yet, there it was, alive and well, defying everything we thought we knew about evolution. The same with the giant squid. Once dismissed as myth, it was finally filmed alive in 2006, swirling in the dark waters of the Pacific. The ocean keeps its secrets well. And here's the staggering truth. Over 80% of Earth's oceans remain unexplored. We have mapped the surface of Mars more thoroughly than we've mapped our own seafloor. So if the Megalodon somehow survived, could it be hiding in those unreachable depths? Unlikely, but not impossible. Let's consider the evidence again. In 2019, a deep-sea research vessel recorded something extraordinary. A shadow roughly 60 feet long, trailing a pod of sperm whales 2,000 meters below the surface. When scientists reviewed the sonar data, the shape and speed were unlike any known whale species. The recording was labeled inconclusive, but the questions lingered. Not long after, several whale carcasses were found off the coast of South Africa. Enormous bodies torn apart by something with jaw marks too large for any living predator. Marine forensics estimated a bite width nearly 10 feet across. Whatever caused it wasn't in any biology textbook. And then came the thermal scans. Strange moving heat signatures deep in the mid-ocean ridges, far below where large sharks usually swim. Some dismissed them as volcanic vents. Others saw something different, something alive. If a megalodon did survive, it would have had to evolve, dramatically. The modern ocean is colder, darker, and far more hostile than the world it once ruled. To endure, the creature would need to adapt. Slower metabolism, smaller size, maybe a preference for the deep sea. It's possible that what people are seeing isn't a true megalodon, but a descendant, a smaller relative that adapted and survived in isolation. Evolution has done stranger things before. But if a living megalodon were ever confirmed, the implications would be staggering. It would reshape marine biology overnight. We'd have to rethink food chains, ocean ecology, and even maritime safety. Whales, seals, large fish. They would once again face a predator that hasn't existed in millions of years. And humans, with our ships, submarines, and deep-sea industries, would suddenly find ourselves sharing the water with a living fossil. Still, scientists remain cautious. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. And so far, the evidence remains elusive. Sonar echoes can be deceiving. Volcanic activity, submarine noise, even schools of fish can create false signatures that mimic a large moving animal. Whale carcasses can be scavenged by multiple predators, making their wounds look far larger than they really are. So, science demands skepticism, but it also demands curiosity. And that's what keeps the search alive. As one marine biologist put it, we know more about Mars than we do about our own oceans. So to say anything is impossible would be arrogant. But beyond the science lies something deeper, something human. Why are we so drawn to the megalodon? Perhaps because it represents everything we fear and everything we admire about nature. Power, mystery, survival. It's the ultimate reminder that we are not the masters of this planet, merely visitors. The idea that something colossal and ancient could still be out there, it stirs something primal in us, a mix of fear and fascination. Because if the megalodon still swims in the abyss, then maybe, just maybe, the world is still wilder than we think. Today, with new technologies, we are pushing deeper into the ocean than ever before. Autonomous underwater drones roam the abyss, scanning for life with sonar and thermal sensors. AI-driven rovers can map trenches and detect motion invisible to the human eye. We're finding new species every year, glowing jellyfish, blind fish, bacteria that live off volcanic gases. If life can thrive under such extreme conditions, who's to say what else might be waiting down there? NASA itself is studying the deep sea to prepare for missions to icy moons like Europa, because as strange as it sounds, exploring Earth's oceans may teach us more about life in outer space than telescopes ever could. The ocean, in that sense, remains our own alien world, vast, dangerous, and full of possibilities. So could we ever truly find a living megalodon? Scientists say only one thing would prove it beyond doubt: a body, alive or dead, or DNA evidence. Until then, sonar readings and shadowy shapes remain just that, mysteries, not monsters. Still, new expeditions are on the horizon. NASA and global marine institutes are launching ultra-deep rovers capable of exploring the very trenches where many of these anomalies have been detected. These machines can detect organic movement, biological heat, even faint vibrations caused by living tissue. If something enormous is down there, they might just find it. So, is the megalodon back? Probably not. But perhaps that's not the real story. The real story is what this mystery reveals about us. Our endless curiosity, our hunger to explore, our refusal to accept that everything worth discovering has already been found. The megalodon may remain a ghost of the past, but its legend reminds us how little we truly know about our planet. Maybe it's still out there, gliding silently through the dark, unseen and undisturbed. Or maybe it's gone forever, its memory echoing only through fossilized teeth and the stories we tell. Either way, the ocean is vast enough to keep its secrets for as long as it wants. Thank you for watching News Nexus. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of nature's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of science, history, and the unknown. Tell us what you think. Could the megalodon still be lurking out there in the deep? Or is it simply a legend reborn by human imagination? Until next time, I'm your host from Nexus. Stay curious, stay questioning, and remember, the world beneath the waves still has stories left to tell.